Bible Logos. My name is Robin Carter, and I'm your broadcast host. Today, I can't wait to present you with part 3 of the message entitled, Sometimes You Need to Scream and Holler. Remember to like and share it on social media with your friends and family. All right, get ready for part 3 of Sometimes You Gotta Scream and Holler.
Who came to touch Jesus today? Watch the text. Jesus turns around and says, "Who touched me?" And you have this young lady kneeling on the ground. And Jesus says, "Daughter, your faith has made you whole." It's a gospel of excitement. In St. Mark, when Jesus gets to Jairus' house, his daughter has now passed away. They called the wailers and the worshipers to come because the little girl who was sick is now dead. But watch the Bible in Mark chapter 5. Jesus walks in and asks, "What are y'all making all this noise for?" They said, "The little girl is dead." And Jesus says in his D. Allen Miller Sr. version of the Bible, "Y'all must not know about me. I am the resurrection. I am the life. And can't nothing stay dead around me." And watch what happens. They burst into laughter like he told a joke. And Jesus does something to them that we all need to do sometimes for people who don't see it the way we see it. He puts everybody out. You see, there are some of you you have some folk in your sphere of influence, in your circle of associates that will mess up your miracle. So for those of you who still believe he can perform miracles, I dare you to do a real quick row interview. Look at your neighbor and ask him, do you really believe he opens blinded eyes? Do you really believe he can heal cancer? Do you really believe he can shrink a tumor? Do you really believe he can make a way out of no way? And if they don't believe you, I dare you to find somewhere else to sit. It's the gospel of excitement. And by the time we get to chapter 10, he's on his way to Calvary. And I just got to say this. I thank God for the cross. He's pressing his way to Calvary. And then he says, I got to go through Jericho. And I like this because he's with his disciples and a whole lot of folk are following him. Do I have a witness here? And while he's on his way, there's a blind man by the name of blind Bartimaeus sitting by the roadside on the outskirts of town. And when Bartimaeus gets confirmation that Jesus was coming to town, Bartimaeus turns up the volume. "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me." And the people around him shockingly tell Bartimaeus, "Hush your mouth, boy. Be quiet. You're doing too much. You need to keep it down." It amazes me how many folks suggest you're doing too much when you're fighting for your life and you need God to heal you and you know that God is the only one that can fix it. My question to them is, why don't you help me scream? Why don't you help me holler to get his attention instead of trying to shush me? He shouts, and Jesus calls the man to him, and he asks an ontological question that has biological influence. He says, "What do you want me to do for you?" And he answers, "I want to receive my sight." Jesus does not touch him. Jesus does not give him a prayer cloth. Jesus doesn't give him a foot oil on his forehead. This is for you prayer cloth, holy oil purchasing saints. When God gets ready to heal, he don't need none of that. The Bible says, because of your faith. Can I tell you why I'm preaching this morning? It's because there are some folks in here, and there's a reason for your scream. When you need God in your family, you got a reason to scream. When you need God in your body, you got a reason to scream. When the enemy attacks your marriage, you got a reason to scream. When the devil is trying to destroy your mind, you got a reason to scream. When you're fighting to keep your sanity, you got a reason to scream. If you got fake friends and real enemies, you got a reason to scream. When you see your life crumbling before your eyes, you got a reason to scream. I wish somebody would scream in this house today. I need about 30 of y'all who got a reason to scream, to look at your neighbor and say, I came because I got a reason to scream. I dare you to high five 3 people and say, there's healing in my scream.
Welcome back. Isn't that a powerful word? Don't miss tomorrow when we come back with part 4 of the message. Sometimes you need to scream and holler. I need you to do me a favor. Like it and share this message on social media with your friends and family. I'm Robin Carter, and I want you to remember that the sower sows the word, and therefore it is with the same measure you meet that it shall be measured unto you again.